good morning and welcome to another edition of Inside Leisure, where this morning I'm joined by Chris Rees, STA swimming tutor, owner of Wessex Swim School and director of Rees Leisure. Morning, welcome Chris, how are you today?
I'm very good, thank you, Zoe. It's been a pleasure to talk to you on this lovely sunny Friday morning.
I know it's pretty miserable outside, so hopefully this will cheer me up. Tell us a little about Rees Leisure. I mean, you obviously have your swim school, which is Wessex Swim School. Then you have an event management section of your business, and then obviously you have your ATC with STA where you run all your courses. So provide us with a bit of an overview.
Well, I decided to go into the leisure industry, basically since college time, and I thought it was a fantastic industry, and I still do, and I'm devastated about everything that's happened this year with the leisure industry and all the things that are going on. But yeah, it's been a really exciting journey, and I started when I was at college. So I started my swimming school when I was 18 years old.
Wow.
I came through as a swimming teacher. I've been a lifeguard before that as well. And just love getting people into the water, getting them teaching. So the swimming school was the first business, and Wessex Swim School has now got 1,000 swimmers across the south coast in Southampton, Winchester, Salisbury, and we basically ran out of people who were trained swimming teachers back in the day. So looked into how to become a tutor, how to train more swimming teachers up myself, and that's really how pre-ATC, how we started to get people into swimming, really, which is quite exciting. So I've always loved swimming, always loved leisure, and yes, it's that sort of thing, really.
Oh, great, sounds amazing. So how long have you actually been a tutor with STA? Long-standing one.
Well, it feels like it now, yeah. So it's been since 2012, so it's been about 8-9 years now, which has been really good. And I have to say, for the teachers who have been teachers for a while, it is something that is worth doing because it just helps to kind of solidify your knowledge. It's fantastic to be able to teach other teachers all your good habits, all your bad habits, and just make sure you can kind of get the next generation. So I enjoy swimming teaching, but actually the tutoring side and teaching people from who don't know how to swim or don't know how to teach even at the start of a week to actually being proud of the people who you put forward for an exam on the Friday afternoon is a fantastic achievement to be able to see them go through that whole roller coaster of, oh my God, I've got to learn this whole manual in 1 week. But it's a very exciting process, really.
Do you know how many people you've tutored during that time? That'd be interesting.
Do you know what? No, but as I've got plenty of time on my hands during lockdown,
You should find out.
We've gone through, it's got to be several hundred, because when I first did my courses way back in 2012, I did some courses for us, for Ringwood Seals. I was lucky enough to be one of the group of tutors who went out to Saudi Arabia on a big project.
Wow.
And that was fantastic. And we went to Qatar for 2 weeks, spent 12 weeks in Saudi Arabia teaching people how to be swimming teachers. And that was a really exciting process with quite a few of the other tutors from the STA as well. And that was fantastic to be able to represent not just the UK, but the STA overseas as well. I don't know if enough teachers and tutors know there's an international qualification which you can take literally anywhere in the world, which is a fantastic qualification to be able to have, really. So it's very exciting job role.
No, it is. So that touches nicely on my next question. How have you seen the industry change over the years?
I think it's in terms of regulation has improved. The fact that the STA is now on the national qualifying framework is really exciting, because it then means it's an easy to compare across the board with different sports and different governing bodies, and that's really helped to just make sure that people feel safe and confident when they've got an STA teacher or tutor delivering something. They know that they're on a high level qualification that's matched across the national framework. So that's something that had come in probably just before I'd started, but that's really exciting to be able to be part of an organisation that is on the national framework as well, which is very exciting. And the level of paperwork has increased in some parts, but it needed to be there, really, just to make sure you've got a full understanding of swimming teachers' knowledge, to make sure they know what they're doing. And that portfolio and those manuals, I still come back to now, even as a tutor, to go remind myself about certain aspects. So it's a very useful tool to come back to. It shouldn't be gathering dust in your loft somewhere. It should be something that swimming teachers and tutors keep coming back to, really.
Brilliant. So obviously March we came to a standstill. We're in lockdown. We're in lockdown again. How have you used the time? Have you been delivering courses in between, kind of the period when lockdown was opened?
Yeah, so we were quite lucky in some respects. We were down south, so we were only up to tier 2 during a certain time period. So for us, sort of end of July to end of October, we had sort of a 3 or 4 month period where we just were ready to rock and roll at a very short notice period. So we did deliver a couple of STA awards, an STA certificate, a couple of SAT courses as well in person, which was great. But where we were normally sat in a classroom, we were sat in massive sports halls, and there would be 16 of us in a huge hall, plenty of space between us. There was a hand sanitizing, ventilation, which actually during the summer was really nice to have. Everyone wearing masks when we had to do the SAT courses and things as well. We had face masks for the Annies, and everything was just deep cleaned and wiped the whole way through. It was always looking at people's safety, but we had a look at Zoom and had a look at options there. But to be honest with you, I love chatting to you for half an hour on a screen, but for 8 hours a day, I think that would break me. So it had to be the real thing or not at all. So we haven't got anything booked during this month. I know other tutors are. I've got a great respect for those guys who are out there doing it and pushing forward, which is really great. But we've sort of scheduled our first course in reality again for next year, for February time. And I think we've got 8 courses booked in for next year as well, which would be good. So
You have. I've noticed you're booked up until August 2021, which is incredible. Very, very well organised. So you've obviously been using your time to plan.
Lots of planning, lots of improvements, just fine tuning, all your PowerPoints, your notes and things you want to do as well. And it's just reflecting time, really. So it wasn't, when it first all happened in March time, I was very negative and thought the whole world had come to an end. But actually, when you start to go through it all and progress what you can and can't do, people are very understanding. And we had an issue where, we've got 3 of our 5 pools reopened, or they were reopened before lockdown again. But even there, we were limited from having sort of 9 teachers on poolside to 4 or 5 teachers on poolside. And it's having to deal with those things at very short notice. We had to get better at communications. We had to get better at our processes to make sure we could come back. And the minute we're allowed back out, 3rd of December, bosh, we're getting straight back onto that poolside, getting the swimmers back in, teachers back in. So our communication and processes have definitely helped during that time period as well, which is good.
Oh, no, excellent. So my final question, really, how do you envisage the future of swimming post-COVID and obviously training?
Oh, well, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, between vaccines and just more government research, they'll understand how much effort swimming clubs and swimming schools have put into making poolside safe, in terms of getting back to some sort of normality. I think some things have changed, and we've been quite lucky in some respects, because Wessex Swimming School, we've only got 3 swimmers per class, and we've had that ever since the beginning. So the fact we've got small classes and small ratios is something that we've always been sort of used to. So for us, it hasn't been quite as much of a change compared to the larger swimming schools. But none of our swimming schools, instead of teaching schools, have actually gone ahead. So that sort of thing's been missing. So I'm hoping we get back towards normality, and there is more research done to show how safe it can be and what we do to make sure the children are as safe as possible. But yeah, I'm hopefully see more people like that. And I also think there'll be more people doing adult lessons. And apologies, I skipped over it earlier. You talked about the events management side of things. I can see more people who are looking to train up or learn skills themselves, and we're starting to see more adult inquiries coming through, more people looking to get fitter and healthier. And if you're not runners and you're not into your cycling, there is more people who are looking to get back to the pool, get back to swimming, and hopefully sort of reignite some childhood, fun times in the pool, and be able to get back to the pool as part of their regular health and leisure kind of program, really, which would be good.
No, excellent. Okay. Well, Chris, thank you so much for your time this morning. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and wish you all the best on the 3rd of December.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Zoe. Pleasure to speak to you too.
Bye.